Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to address how to cope with pain. Whether or not you are an amputee, you have probably experienced pain at some point in your life, whether that be physical, mental, or emotional pain. A wise man once said, "Pain is an illusion." Now, before you come at me, the pain you're experiencing is indeed real, and your feelings are the most valid thing that you own. However, a lot of the pain we are experiencing can be controlled through our minds. Take it from someone who's been stabbed in the neck with a laptop, had viral hepatitis to the point where my organs started to shut down. I was in 2 car accidents, had my heart broken, lost my dream job, all in a matter of just 6 months, while at the same time being tested to see if the tumor that was pushing against my nerve was cancerous or not. Did I mention I'm allergic to most pain meds? Mind you, maybe having my foot amputated at 9 months made me have an unusually high pain tolerance. Either way, I feel like I'm a solid candidate to give you some tips on how to cope with pain. Real quick, before I get into these tips, I think it's important for you to understand why these will work. First off, endorphins are the natural painkillers produced by our bodies. They work by binding the opioid receptors in your brain to block the perception of pain. Increasing production of these natural hormones can substantially help reduce your pain. As well, they can produce profound feelings of pleasure and satisfaction. Pain is also a form of a chemical release within your body as well. It is there to help us understand when our bodies feel threatened at all. And it's actually a form of protection for when our bodies go into like a fight or flight survival mode. Now that we know all that, let's get into these tips to help us release that chemical that we would rather feel. Tip 1, feel your feels. It's important to feel your feelings in order for you to properly process them and release them. I started going to a therapist a few years ago, and it was probably the best thing I've ever done for myself. I've spent the vast majority of my life coaching and managing other people, and for a little while I was too stubborn to realize that I myself also needed an outside tool to help me develop as well. Even positive people need help. It is more than okay. In fact, it is normal. At one point, I was accidentally toxically positive, meaning I was always trying to rush to the positive perspective on everything. I wasn't really allowing myself the time to process negative emotions as they were coming up, so that way I could reflect on them and then properly release them. See, there's a process to this, and I was trying to get to the finish line without even running the race. How we express our emotions looks different for every single one of us. Before my car accident, I was able to take out emotional and mental pain by going to the gym or doing any type of physical activity. Right now, I couldn't even write my feelings properly fast enough to get them all out on paper, so I started to try and type them out or even just speak them out loud just to help release and get stuff out. Other times for me, that might look like having a bubble bath or going for a walk on the beach. Sometimes I have to try them all until I just find something that clicks. What's important is to just keep trying new things until you find the outlet that works for you. A friend once said to me, "It's okay to cry every day, but not all day," and that's just been something that's always stuck with me. Therefore, we want to acknowledge our emotions, but not be like drowning in our emotions. Which leads me to my next tip. Tip 2, focus on your energy. I believe in the law of attraction, and if you have never heard of that before, I'm gonna break it down to you real simply. The combination of your thoughts, feelings, and your words creates a vibrational energy, and that is put out into the universe, and it also comes back to you. Think of everything as 2 subjects. If you think negative thoughts, say negative things, and hold on to negative emotions, you will experience negative things unfold in your life. But if you think positive thoughts, say positive things, and you reflect on your emotions so that way you can listen to your intuition, then you will experience positive things unfold in your life. An example of how this worked in my life was every time I had a medical appointment, I would go in saying the results that I already wanted as if it was a fact. I would say something like, I get to find out my tumor's benign today, instead of something like, I hope it's not cancer. Both of these statements are true and lead to the same result, but they release completely different energies. So how does any of this relate to coping with pain? Thank you for asking. That leads to my next tip, tip 3, positive affirmations and visualizations. How we speak and see ourselves is really important to our self-care, whether or not we realize it. If we're constantly speaking about the pain that we're in, then that vibration does radiate higher, and then it's a lot harder for us to take our minds off of it. One practice I've been doing during post-op is speaking as if I'm already healthy and recovered. Often, I will just close my eyes and visualize me doing the things that I want to do. It can literally be as simple as just visualizing myself walking to the bathroom. When people ask me how my recovery is going, I like to focus on the positive aspects of what I'm going through. I might mention how much faster it's healing than I expected, how great the incision looks, or how much I'm capable of doing already at this stage. If not so positive stuff is happening, then I'll touch base on it if it's something that's bothering me and I probably should bring up. But the idea here is that the majority of my energy is being focused on the 9 things that are going well instead of just like that one thing that's not going so great. Which again leads me to my next tip, tip 4, gratitude. Write down a gratitude list and practice it often. Literally, write down anything and everything that just comes to your mind. It could be pets, people, places, memories, the coffee you had this morning. When I got in my car accident, it literally felt like I had lost everything, including my own identity of this fit, athletic person that I had worked like really hard to become. I had decided to do this like 30-day challenge in my journal, and every day went through different aspects of gratitude, and it really changed my perspective on how many blessings I actually still had in my life. I now practice this as part of my morning routine, but I probably only spend like maybe 30 seconds to a few minutes, but I do it the moment that I wake up. This immediately releases those endorphins that we talked about earlier and sets a positive tone for the day, therefore continuing to attract more of that same energy as the day goes on. Now on to tip 5, positive distractions. To find positive distractions, make a list of things that make you happy and start doing the ones that you feel like doing. It's important to do the ones that we feel like doing so that way we don't get stuck in this mindset that we need to check all of them off. We also might get trapped into old identities of past hobbies that we no longer enjoy. Also write down new things that you have not tried but want to try. This will help you discover new things about yourself, which will also help increase your awareness of how you can adapt and develop into new identities that we desire to become, therefore changing how we perceive ourselves. Often, this makes us feel more valuable. If you've attempted all of these tips and still find yourself focused on pain, then this last tip is the one that you really need to keep in mind. Tip 6. Remember, it's only temporary. As quickly as these painful situations come to us, those hard times will pass, and before we know it, we will be experiencing relief. You are never alone, and allowing your people to love you will help shift you into a perspective and a better place where you would rather be. They want to help you as much as you want to help them. So allow it. If you found any of these tips helpful, then please give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so that way you don't miss out on next week's video, Finding Your Purpose and the Meaning of Life. Thank you so much for your support, and until next time, know that I am sending you peace, love, and positive vibes, my friends. Bye.